Hi, my name is Tom Kelly from Hearthstone Healing. Today we're going to talk about grounding or being grounded and why it's important for us to actually go through the process of grounding ourselves. And I'm going to start just by saying recently I had an experience where I knew I was ungrounded, but it was the very, very last thing that I looked to do was actually ground myself. And that's because it's very easy to overlook and it's so important to do. The feeling of being ungrounded is often something that can be described as feeling scattered. We're in our head with thoughts, and we might feel turbulence. We might feel a little bit out of control, a little bit shaky, a little bit quaky. I mean, there's a lot of things that people will say, I feel ungrounded, and this is what I feel like. So it's very different. There's no right or wrong. Everybody's going to notice it, and sometimes it's very subtle. And that's where I got caught up, was because it was very subtle. And what ends up happening when it's a subtle ungrounding is you can carry on for days and not really sense that enough to want to ground yourself. So once again, the lives we live working in large buildings with computers, a lot of people around, EMF in our fields all day long. It's super important if we're not going to be in nature every single day or grounding to Mother Earth physically. It's important to do a meditation similar to the one we're going to do now. So let's get the meditation started. So find yourself a comfortable seat with your feet flat on the floor, and we'll take a few deep breaths together. So nice big inhale and an exhale. Another inhale and an exhale. One more big inhale and an exhale. Now you're starting to feel probably a little bit more grounded already, but we're going to complete the whole meditation so you get the sensation of being fully rooted in who you are. So now that we're ready to go, close our eyes down. And sometimes I like to do this myself, so I'm going to suggest that we do it as well. Just take both of your hands and place them on your body, maybe on your legs or your torso, maybe put your arms. So really what you're doing is you're kind of feeling your body to get a sense of where it is and the extremities, the outer parts of it, so you can just sort of move your hands around your body and say, okay, these are my legs, they're my calves here, this is my torso, my shoulders, my head, my neck. And it's just a way of kind of checking in and saying, yep, this is where my body is and I've felt it. And now we're going to bring our energy back to the body. All right, let's envision we're in a room and the floor has a few inches of mist, white mist on the floor. And our feet are covered in this white mist right now. And what we're going to do is we're going to almost expand our feet in the sense that they are like inverted cones or pylons you would see on the road. So the large diameter is at the bottom of your feet on the ground. So let that open up. If you can, just sort of imagine your feet like that, connecting to the earth. And with this mist, we're going to use the mist as an extension of Mother Earth or the ground itself. So very slowly bring this mist into your feet, into your ankles, so you can maybe sense it being there as something like the mist itself, or maybe smoke, or however you see it. But you'll feel it, you'll sense it. So right now, we'll bring it into our ankles, and we'll sense it there. And then we're going to move it all the way up through our calves and our shins to our knees, and we'll just stop there. And we'll feel it almost like an anchor, solidly with us, connected to the mist on the floor. Okay, great. Now let's bring the mist further up. So we're bringing the mist now up to our pelvis, our hips, and we can feel it in our thighs. We can feel it in the backs of our legs, and it's with us. It's completely up to our hips, holding us down almost, in a sense of like the mist being a gravitational force but ever so slight. Let's take the mist up further. We'll take it through our abdomen, through our belly, and we'll bring it up to our chest and through to our shoulders. So let's just feel the mist there. We'll feel that grounding sensation. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take that same mist and we're going to push it down our arms, right down to our fingers. And we just leave it there. We feel it there. We know it's there. And then we come back into the body and it's already feeling much different. It's feeling anchored, solid. So let's take that mist and let's just bring it up to the through our neck to the back or the top of our neck where the spine meets the skull. And we'll leave it there just for a second and slowly let it come in from the back of the head through the brain and forward to the eyes, down to the jaw and back to the neck. So we have this mist in us right now and we're breathing. And what I'm going to suggest is a breath that's 5 seconds inhale and a 5-second exhale. So let's start with that and let's do this with this mist, just envisioning this mist on the floor connecting all the way through our body, and we'll stay with this 5-second inhale, 5-second exhale. So that's roughly about 6 breaths per minute, and we'll do that for about 2 or 3 minutes. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now continue on with the same breath count and let your mind focus on the count of the breath, on the breath itself. The breath should be a very gentle breath. We're not trying to fill our lungs to the point where it's stress on our body. A nice relaxing breath. So I'm going to time this and we'll continue for another, almost 2 minutes now. And with every exhale, sense you're pushing out that which you don't need. Anything that you've collected during your day that you don't need, that isn't serving you anymore. Let that flow out on the exhale. And on the inhale, just bring that mist in. Bring that mist in a more solid way, or however you have sensed or felt that. And with every exhale, just feel yourself connecting to the earth itself, because the earth has a pulse, and you can start to feel that pulse in you when you've done the meditation for about 5 minutes, but we're not going to do it quite 5 minutes. You should start to notice that your breathing is much less of an effort, where the counting and the actual following the breath in a sense of marking off the time is not as much a requirement. You're going to feel like you're coming into yourself, and your mind will feel much calmer, and you yourself will feel much calmer. Continuing to feel the breath entering and releasing. feeling the connection to the earth itself, drawing on the mist to help anchor you, knowing that the pulse of the earth that we all need is with you, and that its strength is increasing. Now, we've been meditating now for a couple minutes, and you could certainly extend this, and I'm going to leave it with you to do that now or continue with your day. Just remember that anytime you need to ground, you don't need to be on the ground like outside your house or outside your office. You can actually do this at your desk. You can do this at home. You can do this anywhere. It's really the intention of bringing yourself down to the ground, allowing yourself to find that base with your feet, or you could lay down on your back. It's really an individual thing. Once you feel that connection, just draw it in. Use your breath to continue to focus on exhaling what's not serving you, and to bring that connection deeper and deeper and deeper within you. And within 2 to 5 minutes, you will certainly feel quite anchored, quite solid. You'll notice that you're not in your head, that those scattered thoughts that were keeping you from getting things done or just feeling relaxed will dissipate. So thank you very much for joining me today. Continue to meditate with the 5-second breath if you choose. Once again, I'm Tom Kelly from Hearthstone Healing, and you can find me at www.hearthstonehealing.com. Thank you so much.